You're stronger than your surroundings. Your life isn't set in stone by where you come from. It's shaped by what's inside you. Your dreams, your drive, your spirit. Think about it. How many folks out there let their neighborhood, their family history, or their tough times hold them back? Too many, but not you. No way. You're different. You're a fighter. You got that fire in your belly that says, I'm going to make it no matter what. Now, I know it ain't easy. Trust me, I've been there. When you're surrounded by negativity, when people tell you you can't, when life keeps knocking you down, it's tempting to believe them, to give up, to say, maybe this is all I'm meant for. But let me tell you something, that's a lie. A big fat lie that'll rob you of your greatness if you let it. Your environment might be your starting point, but it ain't your finish line. You hear me? It's not your destiny. You ought to understand this. Your environment is just a backdrop. It's like the stage in a play. But you're the star of the show. You're the one who decides how the story goes. Your choices, your actions, your mindset. That's what really matters. So what if you grew up in a tough neighborhood? So what if your family's never had much money? So what if everyone around you seems stuck in a rut? That doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can rise above it. You can break the cycle. You can be the one who changes everything. But here's the thing. It won't happen by magic. It won't happen by wishing. It'll happen because you make it happen. You've got to be willing to work harder than anyone else, to dream bigger, to push through when others give up. You've got to feed your mind with good stuff. Read books that inspire you. Listen to people who've made it. Surround yourself with folks who believe in you, who push you to be better. If you can't find those people around you, be that person for yourself. Every day, you've got a choice. You can let your environment drag you down, or you can use it as fuel to propel you forward. You can use those challenges as excuses, or you can use them as lessons, as motivation to prove everyone wrong. Remember, the most successful people in the world came from nothing. They faced poverty, discrimination, abuse, you name it. But they didn't let that define them. They used it. They let it light a fire under them that nothing could put out. You got that same fire inside you. I can feel it, but you've got to let it out. You've got to nurture it, feed it, let it grow until it's so big that nothing can stand in its way. Start small if you have to. Set goals. Tiny ones at first if that's all you can manage. But set them, write them down, look at them every day, and work towards them like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your life, your real life, the one you're meant to live, depends on you breaking free from the limits your environment tries to put on you. It depends on you saying, no, I won't accept this. I'm meant for more. And let me tell you, when you start living like that, when you start believing in yourself like that, amazing things happen. Doors start to open. Opportunities show up that you never thought possible. People start to notice you, to believe in you. But it all starts with you. You've got to be the one to take that first step, to say enough is enough. I'm not going to be defined by where I come from. I'm going to be defined by where I'm going. You've got to be willing to be different, to stand out, to be the one who dares to dream when everyone else has given up. It ain't always going to be easy. People might laugh at you. They might try to bring you down. They might tell you you're crazy for thinking it can be more. Let them talk. Their words can't hurt you unless you let them. Their doubt can't stop you unless you believe it. Their limits ain't your limits. You've got to build your own world inside your head first. See yourself succeeding. See yourself breaking free. See yourself living the life you know you deserve. And then bit by bit, day by day, you bring that world into reality. It's like building a house. You start with the foundation. That's your belief in yourself. Then you add the walls, say, that's your hard work, your dedication. The roof, that's your perseverance, your refusal to give up no matter what storms come your way. And before you know it, you've built something amazing. Something that towers over the environment that tried to keep you down. Something that inspires others to do the same. But here's the secret. You're never done building. There's always another floor to add. Always a way to make your house bigger, better, more amazing. That's the beauty of it. When you refuse to be defined by your environment, the sky's the limit. You've got to be hungry for it. Hungry for success, for growth, for change. You got to want it more than you want to breathe, more than you want to sleep, more than you want to party or hang out or do any of the things that might feel good in the moment but don't get you closer to your dream. And when you're that hungry, when you want it that bad, Nothing can stop you. No environment, no circumstance, no setback is too big to overcome. You've got to be willing to sacrifice, to give up things that others won't give up, to do things that others won't do, to go places that others are afraid to go, because that's where you find out what you're really made of. And let me tell you, you're made of some tough stuff. You're made to overcome. You're made to succeed. You're made to be great, but you've got to believe it. You've got to feel it in your bones. You got to wake up every morning and say, today, I'm one step closer to my dreams. Today, I'm stronger than my environment. Today, I'm writing my own story. And you know what? It gets easier. The more you push against those limits, the weaker they get. The more you believe in yourself, the stronger you become. It's like working out. At first, it's hard. It hurts. You want to quit. But if you keep at it day after day, you get stronger. Those weights that used to feel impossible, they start to feel light. It's the same with breaking free from your environment. At first, it feels impossible. The pull of the familiar, the weight of other people's expectations, it all feels too heavy. But you keep pushing, you keep believing, and bit by bit, it gets easier. You start to see possibilities where before you only saw obstacles. Now you start to hear opportunity knocking where before you only heard doors slamming shut. You start to feel the wind at your back where before you only felt walls closing in. And that's when things really start to change. That's when you start to soar. That's when you look around and realize you're not just breaking free from your environment, you're creating a whole new one. One that matches your dreams, your ambitions, your true self. But here's the thing, you can't wait for it to happen. You can't sit around hoping that someday someone will come along and lift you up. You've got to be that someone. You've got to lift yourself up. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how many people will want to help you, to join you, to be part of your journey. Because success attracts success. Positivity attracts positivity. When you start to shine, you light up the world around you. And suddenly, that environment that used to hold you back, it starts to change. It starts to reflect the new you. But it all starts with a decision that you make right here, right now. A decision to be more than your circumstances, to be bigger than your problems, to be stronger than your fears. It's a decision to look at your environment and say, you don't control me. You don't define me. I define myself. I control my destiny. And once you make that decision, once you really feel it in your gut, everything changes. The world opens up. Opportunities appear. Miracles happen. But you got to stick with it. You got to be consistent. You can't just decide once and then forget about it. You got to decide every single day, every morning when you wake up, every time you face a challenge, every time you feel like giving up. I am not my environment. I am my dreams, my goals, my ambitions. I am what I choose to be. And you know what? The more you say it, the more you'll believe it. The more you believe it, the more you'll act on it. And the more you act on it, the more it becomes true. You become unstoppable, unbeatable, unbreakable. Because here's the truth. Your environment can only define you if you let it. It can only limit you if you accept those limits. It can only hold you back if you stand still. But if you decide to move, to grow, to change, nothing can stop you. Nothing. You've got greatness inside you. You've got dreams that are bigger than any obstacle. You've got a spirit that's stronger than any setback. So don't let your environment tell you who you are. You tell your environment who you are. You show the world what you're made of. Because you're not just a product of your environment. You're a force of nature. You're a world changer. You're a history maker. You're the one who's going to break the mold, shatter the stereotypes, and rewrite the rules. You're the one who's going to look at your environment and say, thanks for the lessons, but I'm moving on to bigger things. And when you do that, when you refuse to be defined by your surroundings, when you choose to define yourself, that's when miracles happen. That's when you start to live the life you were meant to live. So stop waiting for your environment to change. Stop hoping for better circumstances. Stop wishing for an easier path. Instead, be the change. Create better circumstances. Make your own path because you've got everything you need right inside you. You've got the power to reshape your world, to redefine your life, to recreate your reality. Use that power. Embrace it. Let it flow through you and watch as it transforms not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Because when you refuse to let your environment define you, when you choose to define yourself, you become a beacon of hope. You become living proof that change is possible, that dreams can come true, that limits are meant to be broken. You become an inspiration to others who are still trapped by their environment. You show them what's possible. You give them hope. You light the way. And that's the real magic. That's the true power of refusing to be defined by your environment. It's not just about changing your own life. It's about changing the world. One person at a time. One day at a time. One choice at a time. So make that choice. Take that step. Break free from the limits of your environment and step into the limitless potential of your true self. Because you are not your environment. You are not your circumstances. You are not your past. You are your dreams, your determination, your dedication. You are your courage, your creativity, your commitment. You are your future, your potential, your power. You are what you choose to be. So choose greatness. Choose success. Choose to be more than your environment ever imagined possible. Choose to be you, the real you, the unstoppable you, the incredible you that's been waiting to break free. Because when you do, when you finally break free from the limits of your environment and step into the fullness of who you truly are, that's when your life really begins. That's when you start to make your mark on the world. That's when you start to live the life you were born to live. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful thing. It's a powerful thing. It's a world-changing thing. So don't wait another moment. Don't let another day go by letting your environment define you. Take control. Take charge. Take your life into your own hands and shape it into something amazing. Because you can. Because you must. Because you will. You are more than your environment. You are more than your circumstances. You are more than anyone has ever told you you could be. You are limitless. You are unstoppable. You are extraordinary. And it's time for you to show the world just how extraordinary you really are. So go out there and do it. Break free. Soar high. Shine bright. Show the world what happens when someone refuses to be defined by their environment and chooses instead to define themselves. Show them what you're made of. Show them who you really are. Because you are amazing. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And nothing, not your environment, not your past, not your fears, can hold you back unless you let it. So don't let it. Choose to be free. Choose to be great. Choose to be you. Because when you do, when you finally break free from the limits of your environment and become who you were always meant to be, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you change not just your life, but the world. And trust me, the world is waiting for you to do just that. So go do it right now, today, this very moment. Break free. Rise up. Shine on. Because you are not your environment. You are so much more. You are a world changer, a history maker, a life transformer. You are you. And that's the most powerful thing you could ever be. So be it, fully, completely, unapologetically. You, the real you, the amazing you, the you that refuses to be defined by anything or anyone but yourself. Because when you do, when you finally embrace the full power of who you are, when you break free from the limits of your environment and step into your true potential, that's when you'll see just how incredible you really are. And trust me, you are incredible. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. So go out there and show the world. Show them what happens when someone refuses to be defined by their environment and chooses instead to define themselves. Show them what you're made of. Show them who you really are. Because you are amazing. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And nothing, not your environment, not your past, not your fears, can hold you back unless you let it. So don't let it. Choose to be free. Choose to be great. Choose to be you. Because when you do, when you finally break free from the limits of your environment and become who you were always meant to be, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you change not just your life, but the world. And trust me, the world is waiting for you to do just that. So go do it right now, today, this very moment. Break free. Rise up. Shine on. Because you are not your environment. You are so much more. You are a world changer, a history maker, a life transformer. You are you. And that's the most powerful thing you could ever be. So be it fully, completely, unapologetically. Be you. the real you, the amazing you. The you that refuses to be defined by anything or anyone but yourself. Because when you do, when you finally embrace the full power of who you are, when you break free from the limits of your environment and step into your true potential, that's when you'll see just how incredible you really are. And trust me, you are incredible. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. So go out there and show the world. Show them what happens when someone refuses to be defined by their environment and chooses instead to define themselves. Show them what you're capable of. Show them the power of believing in yourself, of refusing to be limited, of daring to dream big. Because when you do that, when you break free from the constraints of your environment and step into your true power, you become unstoppable. You become a force of nature, a beacon of hope, a living, breathing example of what's possible when someone refuses to be defined by their circumstances. And that's when things really start to change. That's when you start to see miracles happen. That's when you start to live the life you've always dreamed of. But it all starts with a choice to believe in yourself, a choice to see beyond your current circumstances, a choice to be more than your environment says you can be. Make that choice. Make it right now. Make it every day, every hour, every minute if you have to. Choose to be great. Choose to be amazing. Choose to be you, the real you, the unstoppable you, the incredible you that's been waiting to break free. Because when you do, when you finally embrace your true self and refuse to be defined by your environment, that's when your life truly begins. That's when you start to see the world differently. That's when opportunities start to appear where before there were only obstacles. You've got to understand this. Your environment is just a starting point. It's not your destiny. It's not your fate. It's just where you begin. But where you end up, that's entirely up to you. Think about a seed. It starts in the dirt surrounded by darkness. But does it stay there? No. It pushes through. It reaches for the light. It grows into something beautiful and strong. That's you. And it's time for you to grow. But growth isn't easy. It takes work. It takes effort. It takes believing in yourself when no one else does. It takes getting up when life knocks you down. It takes saying yes when everything around you is saying no. You've got to be willing to be uncomfortable, to step out of your comfort zone, to do things that scare you. Because that's where growth happens. That's where change happens. That's where life happens. Your environment might tell you can't. It might show you all the reasons why you'll fail. It might try to keep you small, keep you quiet, keep you in your place. But you know what? That's not your place. Your place is wherever you decide it is. You've got to be louder than the voices telling you to give up. You've got to be stronger than the forces trying to hold you back. You've got to be more determined than the obstacles in your way. Because here's the truth. Your environment doesn't define you. Your choices define you. Your actions define you. Your beliefs define you. So choose to be great. Choose to be strong. Choose to be unstoppable. Don't let your past dictate your future. Don't let your circumstances determine your worth. Don't let your environment limit your potential. You are more than where you come from. You are more than what you've been through. You are more than what others say you are. You are a miracle. You are a masterpiece. You are a force to be reckoned with. But you've got to believe it. You've got to feel it in your bones. You've got to live it every single day. I'm not my environment. I am my dreams, my goals, my ambitions. I am what I choose to be. And then go out there and prove it. Show the world what you're made of. Show them that you're not just a product of your environment, but a creator of your own destiny. It won't be easy. There will be days when you want to give up. Days when it feels like everything is against you. Days when your environment seems too strong, too overwhelming. But those are the days when you got to fight the hardest. Those are the days when you got to believe the most. Those are the days when you got to remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. Because you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for everyone who's ever been told they can't. You're doing it for everyone who's ever felt trapped by their circumstances. You're doing it to show the world what's possible when someone refuses to be defined by their environment. You're a trailblazer, a pioneer, a game changer. And the world needs you. It needs your ideas, your passion, your determination. It needs your refusal to be limited, your courage to dream big, your willingness to work hard. So don't let your environment hold you back. Use it as fuel. Use it as motivation. Use it as a reason to push harder, to reach higher, to dream bigger. Because when you break free from the limits of your environment, you don't just change your own life. You change the lives of everyone around you. You become an inspiration, a beacon of hope, a living proof that change is possible. You become the person you were always meant to be, the person who refuses to be defined by their circumstances, the person who creates their own destiny, and that person is unstoppable. That person is unbeatable. That person is you. So embrace it, own it, live it. You'll be the person who looks at their environment and says, thanks for the lesson, but I'm moving on to bigger things. You'll be the person who sees obstacles as opportunities, who sees challenges as chances to grow, who sees setbacks as setups for comeback. Be the person who refuses to be defined by anything other than their own dreams, their own determination, their own dedication, because that's who you are. That's who you've always been. And it's time for the world to see it. It's time for you to break free from the limits of your environment and step into the fullness of who you truly are. It's time for you to shine, to soar, to succeed. It's time for you to show the world what happens when someone refuses to be defined by their environment and chooses instead to define themselves. So go do it right now, today, this very moment. Break free from the limits of your environment. Step into your power, embrace your potential, because you are not your environment, you are so much more. You are a world changer, a history maker, a life transformer. You are you, and that's the most powerful thing you could ever be. So be it, fully, completely, unapologetically, you, the real you, the amazing you, the you that refuses to be defined by anything or anyone but yourself. Because when you do, when you finally embrace the full power of who you are, when you break free from the limits of your environment and step into your true potential, that's when you'll see just how incredible you really are. And trust me, you are incredible. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. So go out there and show the world. Show them what happens when someone refuses to be defined by their environment and chooses instead to define themselves. Show them what you're capable of. Show them the power of believing in yourself, of refusing to be limited, of daring to dream big. Because when you do that, when you break free from the constraints of your environment and step into your true power, you become unstoppable. You become a force of nature, a beacon of hope, a living, breathing example of what's possible when someone refuses to be defined by their circumstances